I love Earl's energy in running around, but he's still a young rookie, just like a lot of our rookies, and he made a few mistakes, should have been in the middle of the field and that deep pass down the middle. But I love Earl's energy, and I love, he's going to fly around, he's going to give you everything he's got, but he's still learning on the job.
You think that was one of Bradley Fletcher's better games?
In the 4 that I've seen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Fletcher did a nice job.
You got Ertz involved a little more, some more 12 personnel. Was that the plan going in, or was that more of what they were showing you on the defensive side?
No, it was. We thought, based on what they did, that we could get a little bit more 12 in the game and see how they, see how they matched up and ran. If you're going to play man, now who's matching up in man, and when you're in 12 and trying to get those guys isolated a little bit. So that was kind of the plan going in. I think Zach has continued to develop a little bit. We see more and more from him, on a weekly basis here as he starts to continue to grasp what we're doing here.
You didn't throw it to him twice. Isn't that why? I mean, he's not a great blocker. Don't you have him out there to use him?
No, I mean, I would disagree that he's not a great blocker. I think Zach's a versatile guy that you could put in the game in a lot of different situations. So when the ball was thrown to him, he did come up and catch it.
But you spoke when drafting him about his versatility, splitting wide, playing in the slot. Mm-hmm. Is that a role you expect him to?
Yeah, I expect him to grow, and as he's here, I think he's 4 games into his professional football career. So to see him run around and line up all over the place like Jimmy Graham from the New Orleans Saints, I don't think any of us envisioned that as we put together an offense and start to figure out what he's good at, what he's not good at. But to say, hey, you've got 2 snaps at tight end now let's put you out at split end, and now let's put you in a slot. That's a lot easier said than done. To get all the little nuances of how to do all the little things when you're running a shallow crossing route, and if all of a sudden that front side linebacker drops you, but the backside linebacker picks you up man to man, how you can stick and avoid and get across the field. Look, there's a lot of details in terms of doing it. It's not as easy as saying, hey, we drafted this guy and he's got the ability. Yeah, he does, but I also think we also got to get him settled. He's got to make sure that we all as a group got to understand that everybody here has to. You got to walk before you can run. There's a lot of big plans that you can do with Zach and that we can do with this entire offense, but it's got to come in a process. It's not going to come with all of a sudden tomorrow we're going to come up with 17 different ways where we can deploy Zach and put him in different situations. Because it's not unfair to him to tell him, this is what you have to do in these situations. He's got to be able to kind of go through them himself, and through the experience of playing the game, I think he's going to learn more.
There's only so many snaps to go around the offensive side of the